Hi guys, Fernandes Lembo on the grid. A little later in the week on the grid.
Yeah, I had some family things to do on Wednesday and Thursday.
Right.
Thank you for changing your busy schedule. I appreciate it.
I know. I've been getting mails and texts from people wondering when the heck is on the grid this week. Here we are.
And you're a man about town, so the fact that you shoehorned me in for a Friday.
I thought Tony Conboy was that man about Manatee.
Well, you're one of them.
All right, let's jump right into it since we only have 10 minutes. Let's tout.
We always have 10 minutes.
Let's tout our all-area football team.
Right.
A couple of weeks ago, we were a little wrong on when it was coming out. The section is coming out Sunday, but the stuff is already online.
It's all fall sports, not just football.
Not just football.
So it's the entire fall slate.
Right, but let's focus on football here a little bit. It's already online. Matt LaRoche, Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, that was Right,
DeQuan Williams, Defensive Player, and John Peacock, Head Coach. Any thoughts on those three guys? Easy choices, you think?
I think Matt LaRoche might have been the easiest choice in the history of all area teams. I don't know who else could have.
Who else could have been?
I mean, AJ Cole Giovanni had a great year over at Manatee. Lou Calissimo had a great year at Braden River. Raymond Thomas. I mean, Charlotte had some guys, but I mean, the year Matt had, he had to be the guy.
Right.
DeQuan Williams kind of snuck up on us a little bit.
Right.
He had an outstanding year for the Seminoles, and as for John Peacock, I thought it was a good choice, Coach Peacock.
Right.
I think it could have been either him, it could have been Binky Waldrop.
How about Drew Lascari, the job he did at Cardinal Mooney?
Or Todd Johnson at Riverview. But obviously, with Venice getting to a Final Four, winning a regional first time in 13 years, they beat everyone in the area who they played, so I thought he was a good pick.
Matt LaRoche, we run offensive numbers, so it's easy to track what a guy does offensively. Right. But looking at DeQuan, 99 tackles, 11.5 sacks, 25 quarterback hurries. Yeah. He's either going to Valdosta or Eastern Kentucky. When those numbers jump out at you as a defensive
they do, and defense was really kind of their bread and butter this year. Their offense was spotty. They play really well offensively some games and not so much other games, but their defense is pretty much steady all season long. And I think that's the reason they made the playoffs. And they were winning. I think they were beating Dunbar in the first half and then lost a little bit in the second half. Right. But the defense is a huge part of that team, and DeQuan Williams was a big part of that defense.
And just briefly on Peacock, 12-1, first regional title, Venice history.
Well, no. Not Venice history.
In his tenure, right.
Yes.
So it's kind of, you mentioned other candidates, but he sort of rose to the top just by virtue of that.
Yeah, I think he did. I mean, like I said, they beat everyone locally they played. They beat Manatee, beat Venice twice. The Riverview game would have been fun. That game was rained out, unfortunately, and they couldn't reschedule it. But yeah, I think he's a good pick. Like I said, it was a pretty strong class for Coach of the Year. Coach of the Year usually is pretty simple.
Right.
But this year there was some debate and there was some talk about who should get it, and I think though he was a good choice.
Yeah, and the section comes out Sunday, so
and there's also volleyball in there. We got cross country, golf.
Everything's in there.
Everything's in there.
Got everything in there.
Yep.
I mentioned girls soccer.
Yeah.
8 teams in the region. 1 makes it out of door, beating Naples First Baptist 2-1. A little surprising there, considering the how well some of our teams had played through the season.
Yeah, pretty surprising. Pretty surprising, but Cardinal Mooney, I knew they were kind of beat up coming into the regional, and I think winning a district championship for them was a big thing. Lakewood Ranch, I was at the game last night. Plant was a great team.
Right.
A very evenly matched game. It came down to Plant got a penalty kick with about 4 minutes left, actually 6 minutes left. On the scoreboard it was 4, but the referees keeping time on the had a different time, the official time. It came down to that. Pretty surprising. I mean, to have 8 teams and only 1 move on, not a very good night for our girls' soccer teams.
Right. Well, how do you expect out of door? I mean, now they're playing opponents that maybe we're not that quite familiar with.
I will say this, the Riverview last night lost 1-0 to Palm Harbor University.
Right.
They're a nationally ranked team, and Riverview lost in the second overtime. So, I mean, it's not winning, but that's a pretty good run there for the Rams.
That is.
Yeah.
It's
hard to tell. I mean, they're playing teams we don't know, ODA. We don't know who. But hey, I mean, they've had a great year so far. Bill Unzucker does a great job with that program, so we'll see.
And we've both covered enough soccer. A soccer match can come down to one nice pass, one individual play, bang, one lapse, and it's over. Yeah,
well, it's like Lakewood Ranch last night. Lost 2-1, came down to a tackle in the penalty box, and she knocks in the penalty that wins the game for them. So you're right. When 2 evenly matched teams, that can happen, like any sport.
Yeah. Winter Sports Girls Hoop District Tournament starts on Monday, runs through the 4th.
Yep.
Mooney, SMA, Lakewood Ranch, Sarasota, and Palmetto all won last night. The class of districts, Lakewood Ranch 24-3, 21-2 Sarasota.
That to me is going to be the most fun. I think that's going to be the best one. I think both teams will make the finals. No diss to Palmetto, they're a good team, but I think right now Ranch and Sarasota are better. So we'll see how that shakes out. I think the Bayshore Southeast district can be interesting. Southeast is a 2 seed, but they've had some problems this year. Coach Charles, a lot of girls, transfers and injuries and stuff. I think Bayshore could see them in the semifinals. That could be interesting. Bayshore Southeast in the semifinals for that district, how that would pan out. But yeah, I think Lakewood Ranch, Sarasota is the main draw, I think, for girls.
And the boys, they don't start till February 6th. But last night, Booker had its 9-game win streak snapped by Riverview.
1 point, right?
Right. Breon Williams. Yeah, actually, Jalen Jones had a chance to win it at the buzzer, but he missed. Riverview, Breon Whitley had 26 points. Johnny Jones had 26 for Booker. Riverview rounding into form, maybe. Remember at the beginning they had a couple of losses, and we're wondering. And we were both saying, will they get it together? Looks like they've gotten it together a little bit.
Yeah, it's hard to sit here and say they'll make another state title run. I mean, that's too many things. Of course, everything else have to go right. But yeah, I mean, they had the great Alaska trip. They won the Alaska tournament.
Right.
So yeah, they're playing pretty well. I saw them play that great game against Sarasota. So yeah, I mean, when the Pistons are firing, they're a good basketball team, and I think they're going to be okay. Like I said, will they make it back to the Final Four? Who knows?
Right.
But they are definitely in better shape now than they were maybe a month or two ago.
Now you'll be covering something unusual, a wrestling match.
Yeah,
outdoors.
Well, today, tonight I got district soccer, boys championship, Palmetto Venice, and then I'm going to head over to Manatee. They're wrestling Sarasota at 4 o'clock on the football field, because they have the jumbotron and stuff. So I'm going to go out there, get some video, maybe get some photos, kind of check it out, see what's going on. So it's pretty interesting.
In a couple of hours, maybe even sooner, I hope to be talking to Brian Poole. Southeast fans may remember him. He is now one of the cornerbacks, nickelback actually, for the Atlanta Falcons. Be playing next week in the Super Bowl. Undrafted out of Florida. You covered him, I covered him. Nice story for this kid.
And he had that big hit on Aaron Rodgers last week. That's on NFL.com. You can see it. And Troy Aikman today, clean hit and good hit. And when Aikman says that, I think he knows what he's talking about when it comes to getting quarterbacks getting it. So yeah, great story. You mentioned undrafted, good kid to cover in high school, fun, nice kid, and it's just proof that you don't have to be a blue chip guy on draft day to have an NFL career. And he's had a great season. I think he's appeared in every game they played. I don't know if he started every game they played. He had that big interception the week they clinched the division title. So yeah, great story. And yeah, pretty cool. Be seeing him on Super Bowl Sunday in about a week and a half.
I mean, Atlanta's gone to a lot of young guys on defense in the secondary, and he was one of the guys. He just started a couple of weeks ago. So good for him. Anytime a local guy does something.
Anytime a local guy makes the league, that's pretty cool. A local guy's in the Super Bowl. We've seen it before around here. This isn't completely new, but it's still pretty cool. The novelty never wears off when a kid you saw in high school is playing in the Super Bowl a few years later.
Not quite the Super Bowl, but I also hope talking later this week to Forrest Lamp. A lot of people may not know him. Venice offensive lineman, went to Western Kentucky. This guy has worked himself into one of the top 3 or 4 linemen who will be available in this year's draft, is going to the combine, has been invited. 6'5", 300 pounds. Another local guy doing well down there.
Yeah, and it's good to see. I mean, I think we talk a little too much about the local guys who go away and don't do well. But you get in trouble for all sorts of reasons. But there are some kids who go away and actually do very well and do themselves in the area proud. And we're seeing that with Brian and with Forrest. And wish luck to both of them.
I may be heading up here in a couple of hours. Braden Christian is having their annual sort of gala when they have a lot of talent in.
You're so on the go.
I'm on the go. Troy Vincent and Charlie Ward coming to Braden Christian to speak. Which is pretty good feathers in their cap.
Yeah, and like I said, her members came to that gala a few years ago. It's a pretty nice thing. Braden Christian does every year or so. And when you get Charlie Ward and Troy Vincent, I guess the kids will listen to that.
Yeah, they will.
The kids will stand up and listen to what they have to say.
And they probably have a good message, but it's a good group of kids that they're going to speak before. Braden Christian is
and I'm sure the speakers are also maybe devout in religion as well. I mean, they would, that's part of the package of Braden Christian. So I'm sure everyone there has the same belief and the same message, and I think it'll be a pretty cool thing for those kids.
What else we got coming? We covered a lot, but looking forward, did we miss anything? What should fans out there look for in coming?
A lot of basketball, a lot of soccer, and then in a few weeks, wrestling gets going. So it never ends.
The Matmen.
The
Matmen come.
Yes.
So we'll have all that and more. And next week, probably back to Wednesday, right?
Wednesday, Well, signing day. That's Wednesday.
We'll be here.
We'll be here on signing day. We'll talk about signing day, and we'll go from there.
It'll be a big, huge day. So looking forward to that. So for John Lembo and Doug Fernandes, we'll see you next week on The Grid.